Well guys, it's finally time. I've gotten 3/4 of the things I need to get done today done before I can mess with my toys, but we're working on the Saleen. So I've already gone ahead and got it up on the lift and found a problem already. I was told one of the O2 sensors was bad when I bought it, but after further investigation, I've noticed what the problem was, and not really a bad O2 sensor, but it is an O2 sensor issue. So we'll get there in 2 seconds once this starts up. So, as you can see, I've already put a new O2 sensor on it, but the problem was right here. The old O2 sensor had been separated. I don't know why it won't focus, but separated from the original plug-in and ripped off, probably when whatever hit this hit that, and it continued to follow through and rip the O2 apart. So all I gotta do is get this O2 out, this O2 in, and we're good to go on that. Then we're gonna pull those wheels off and work on the front brakes. So just so you guys understand, there's what happened. Ripped it right out of the plug-in. So, but luckily in the center console I found a brand new O2 sensor and it plugged right in, so we are good to go. Just gotta get it installed. Simple enough. Got her plugged in, got her hooked up, and I never had a check engine light for this. I don't know why, but simple enough fix, and hopefully it does what it's supposed to do. So on to the next thing. It's time to pop these wheels off. Go ahead and get these calipers pulled off. It's just going to open it up, not going to pull the whole bracket off. Grease these slides and all that too. Might have to grab a pair of vice grips because these are spinning inside themselves. There's some vice grips right there on the slide pin. And that bolt's coming right out now, so that's great. Good and easy. Pop these off and throw it on the bottom one here. It was doing the same thing. And voila! Same thing, out she comes. So, there's that. Easy enough. Hang that on there. Throw these down there. Straighten you guys back up. These things are definitely locked up still pretty good. Still pushed wide shut, or wide open, whatever you want to call it, because trying to be gentle here and get these off and start. Whew. Pads look okay. Not needing replaced at the moment. Let's see. Spraying it free like we should, which is great. Just going to have to. Wow, these are really freaking light. They're aluminum, I think. Sure, it looks like aluminum. Wow. Anyways, got it off, and we're gonna push that piston back in. So I went ahead and opened the bleeder a little bit, grabbed a C-clamp, pushed these pistons back in. Minute I said they might be 4 piston, but they end up being 2 piston. But I think they are Brembo, from what I've researched. Well, got both calipers pushed back in, got both wheels back on, got the O2 sensor changed. And I'll tell you what, this thing's really kind of a pain in the ass to get on lift because it's low factory. But I do want to take it down and see how it feels after the brakes. But I might mess around and do a couple different things before I decide to actually take it off the lift, because I need to really like get the fuel system cleaned down, change the fuel filter, all kinds of different things. So who knows? We'll see what happens. So I've decided I'm gonna run to the parts store and grab a new fuel filter, a new air filter, a new oil filter, and some new oil to throw in this thing before I put it back down on the ground. I'd like to have some fresh fuel in it as well, so I might take the gas can and grab about 5 gallons because it's been in there since who knows when, and I might even grab a small can of seafoam to throw down in there just to clean the fuel system out, because who knows what's in there from sitting for as long as it's sat. But that's what we're gonna be doing, so we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, I just left the parts store and I picked up a new air filter, oil filter, fuel filter, and new oil and some seafoam to throw in the fuel system after we change all that out. I'm also going to pick up some fresh gas and throw that down in the tank and get rid of the old gas that's been in there for who knows how long. So when we get back to the garage, that's what we're going to be working with. We're getting a different clip. It actually is purple.
Yeah, royal purple.
Yeah, look at it. It's purple. Feed this bad girl back up in there. You do know not to.
Huh?
You said you do know not to do more than like a half turn, right? French.
Ah, dude, my oil filter is always on so tight. I don't know why. I just get paranoia. And I'm like, this is not tight enough. One more. One more.
So as you saw, we just changed the oil. Threw some royal purple in there and stuff. And I ran down to the gas station and grabbed 7 gallons of fresh fuel. And we're going to throw that in real quick with some seafoam and see how much better it starts and runs. Yep. Got a new can of seafoam here. We're gonna put seafoam down on this as well because it's been sitting so long. It says 1 ounce per gallon. I don't have anything to measure. This is a 12 ounce can, so I'm gonna fill it up to like right here and put about 8 gallons in. So we're gonna do 8 ounces. So. Just a little disclaimer, this can's been empty on the shelf and it's dusty as ever for months, so there's nothing in there. I didn't rinse it with water in it, it's just been empty. So we're gonna go pour this in. Today we're back at the garage and it's the day after we just got done messing with this thing. I changed fuel filter, oil, and this actually has a K&N style air filter inside there that says Saleen on it. It's factory, but it's just like a K&N filter, so actually grabbed some cleaner and filter oil, which I didn't know was a thing, so I learned something new about that. But cleaned that up and put new oil on it. It looks brand new, which is pretty awesome. It's cool to know that it's reusable for its lifetime. But we're gonna see, after changing the fuel filter, if that fixed the starting issue, because as you saw in the last video, which I'll post a clip real quick. the last video, it had a terrible time starting, and I actually had to use ether, and then eventually it just crank, and sometimes it would start without ether, but most of the time I had to use ether, or I just had to keep priming the fuel pump. So you're gonna see here in a second, hopefully, cold start, starts right up, and we don't have any more issues. Well, let's see what happens. Make sure I prime the fuel pump one time. Let's see if she starts up on first kick. As you can see, that is a hell of a lot simpler to start now. Doesn't take multiple cranks, multiple chances or tries. Starts right up. I'll take you guys down the road in a second so you can see what issues I am having though. As soon as the car gets into boost, it wants to just basically shut down. And from what I've read and done my research, basically it's either a vacuum leak because it's supercharged, that's a big issue, but it doesn't seem to idle up and down or have any high idle or low idle problems, or it's a spark plug issue, which this only has 54,000 miles on it, so I'm believing that maybe they've never been changed. It either could be that they're poorly gapped or they're just old and fouled out, and I guess with being supercharged and having a blower on it, it actually blows the spark out, kind of like a strong candle wick flame versus a weak candle wick flame. You can blow it out, but sometimes, like birthday candles on a cake, they don't blow out. So hopefully when I get around to changing these spark plugs, it fixes that issue. But I'm going to jump in the car real quick and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to take you guys down the road real quick and show you exactly what I'm going through, and then explain that hopefully it's just spark plugs. It's a vacuum leak. Not that big of an issue. I also still having issues with the front brake sticking. They're getting better as I drive it, as I take it around the block every once in a while. But I really just need to go through and just work the piston on the caliper in and out multiple times. And it'd be really nice to have like somebody here to help me do that, so I can just stay in the car, or they can and I can squeeze the caliper in, but vice versa. Definitely need to do that though. So anyways, on the dash here, there'll be a little green turbine that pops up to show you that you're in boost. And so if I take it easy like this, no problems. But as soon as I go to get into it, it just dies. Basically lose all power, or it doesn't gain any of the power that it should have. And that's that. But anyways, so you get the gist. Hopefully it's just spark plugs like I said. And on these cars it's not that easy of a job, but like, you know, changing out my freaking Honda Civic. But it's doable and we'll get it done. Not have forgotten to air up that right front tire. I need to just take it off and run it into tire discounters and have them do it. But yeah, you get the gist. Well guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. As you saw in the Saleen, I'm having issues as soon as I get in the boost, and hopefully it's as simple as something like spark plugs. If anybody has any other ideas, explanations, or you think you truly know what's wrong with it, feel free to drop a comment below. And we'll see you in the next video. Hopefully we'll be tearing into the spark plugs and tear this brake pack apart and get it smooth running. And then, once it's mechanically sound, we're gonna tear into deeply detailing this poor car that's sat for almost 8 years and get it looking like day one again, show quality ready. And that'll be quite a few videos in themselves, just because the wheels themselves, those need a day's worth of work, and then the whole car just needs a lot of love. I know it looks great, but it could look better. So thanks, as always. We'll see you in the next video.